For many politicians, this is an inconvenience, something that they would have wished would just go away, but it appears it doesn't disappear. The fact that we as a country have failed to get a closure on events of last year, and the fact that this discussion appears still very inconvenient, especially for state agencies. In anticipation of the events that are going to happen on Wednesday this week as we commemorate events of last year, do you think that we missed an opportunity, Bwana Poghisio, to actually put this matter to rest, or at least to pacify the country?
Well, thank you, Fred. And first of all, we want to wish all the young people, those who suffered and so on, as they commemorate this event. We really wish them peace and support, because it's a reminder that we can't easily change. We've been given the opportunity to actually change this country. What went on last year ended up being something that we thought the government would take seriously. And the president actually took a moment there, if you remember last year, to declare that things are going to be different. He declared that we will have to cut the size of government, and we would do things differently, and everything seemed to be as promised. And then all of a sudden, that was forgotten. This is just a reminder that, you know, if this country can go the way of peace, the way of understanding, if we could just take seriously what we have been, maybe reminded by the young people. It's good to know that we have a different generation. If under my generation, we would easily be beaten to silence. We could easily be harassed or threatened. But this generation is asking questions that are very difficult to answer unless you really come down and sit with them. They're asking for accountability. They're saying, we are the future, and what's there for us? They're saying, where are the jobs? They're saying, where is the freedom to speak my mind, the freedom to associate? And so they're asking those difficult questions. When they did that, and because we come from a background of suppression or oppression, and we think the only way to deal with this matter is actually to oppress or suppress, using force and brute force for that matter. And so my thinking is that the government needs now to say, if you're coming to celebrate this thing, let's remind ourselves of the promises we made last year. And I think that this is enough time for the government to think and to promise that what we said last year we would do, we can now come back to them and make sure that there's no more of this harassment that the young people are experiencing. So yeah, I mean, you can see that lest we forget situation coming, that the young people did not forget, the government forgot and moved on. The young people have not forgotten. They want to remind themselves. And I think in good faith, they really want to remind government that wastage and pilferage and corruption and all these things that are bothering the young people can be addressed. And I was hoping actually that when there was an executive retreat this last week, that was probably a moment to say, we need to have a new look at things that young people have raised in this country. Because, by the way, they are fueled by their own connectivity. And things will not go away. I mean, you thought maybe 1 year later they would have forgotten. But no, it's coming again. So let's give them the opportunity to showcase their strength, to showcase their intelligence in media and social media and IT and all these things for us to move this country forward. So yeah, I mean, you're really raising the nation is raising issues. And let's not threaten to harass them, to attack them when they come out to the streets. Let's plan to give them a moment to celebrate, to remember the things that went through. And so, yeah, I mean, I just wish that this week will be more peaceful. And by the way, I have heard people who are threatening, you know, to interrupt or to bring goons again this week. And people are promising to bring goons again this week. And I wish them, I really want to ask them, don't attempt to do that again. This country is not for goons, okay. You know. And you cannot be the one controlling goons and speak about it, you know. And basically, I want to remove from the minds of Kenyans the things I heard from a member of parliament saying that they will bring Pokot young people to the streets of Nairobi. There's nothing like that will happen. They can't come. You can't bring them. Mm-hmm. You have no capacity. And I really want to say, don't use the name of the Pokot young people. That's not what they are for. Mm-hmm. And these people are looking for education. They're looking for progress. They're looking for to be found in you know, in a modern life. They're not for use by anybody, and they have the person speaking has no capacity to do that anyway, and that is just trying to bring us backward. And I speak as a leader in the area. I'm saying you cannot use the name in that way. So, but let's anybody who proposes to bring guns to the city, think for yourself and stop it. Don't ever think about it. Don't even do it. Yeah.